Be quite stressful, that one, in a situation.
Quite lively, that one. Yeah, you wrote this, didn't you, with Jack Savaretti?
Yeah.
How did that all come together? How did it come about?
During lockdown, I was at home, and he was at home, and so we were on a Zoom call, and I had a piano part I had for 12 years, and not knowing what to do with it. I only have 4 chords that I know, and he was helping me find the elusive 5th chord, and then having shown him that, he got excited by by what I was playing.
And the 5th chord.
And by that little part, and then I said, I'm having stress and I'm under pressure here in lockdown about my Spanish visa after Brexit, and he said that's a bit of a niche subject, mate. So why don't we call it Love Under Pressure instead of Brexit, visas under pressure, and that's how the song's born.
Yeah, that was probably good advice there from Jack.
Yeah.
You've been back on the road again, and you did a sellout gig at the Royal Albert Hall, and this was a real big one for you, wasn't it? It was a big moment.
Yeah, I mean, I had caught COVID just beforehand, just 2.5 weeks before, and actually I really couldn't speak before the gig. I was almost an asthmatic, so on a ton of inhalers and steroids, and I stepped on stage not knowing if I was going to be able to sing. And quite nervous, obviously, if I then had to say to everyone I can't do it, would have been an awful moment. Having to get the wallet out and pay them back. Pay them back. But it was an amazing gig, and it all worked, and I was very lucky to have a doctor who fed me more steroids than is probably safe.
You've just said that on television, James.
But on a serious note, James, what did that feel like, that moment? Did any panic set in, or are you quite cool in those situations?
I was definitely frightened. I think the main thing is you're desperately trying not to let people down, actually, because some people have flown over from Germany and France and Italy and as far afield as Wales, and really didn't want to.
The cheek of him, honestly.
First day back.
Yeah, and literally not being able to speak before the show. I mean, I said, the virus, it stopped me talking, but there's a chink in the armour of the coronavirus. It was still let me sing. So it's a flawed virus in that respect. But it was, but anyway, but I'm up and running now.
You've weakened it. I like it. Is your confidence fully back now, though, for the fans? You can
get there. It better be. I'm back out on tour from February, playing at Wembley Arena and other places, and so I better be up and running now. I hadn't like it.
But as well as the music, you've developed a new passion for beer. And you've taken it to a next level, actually, haven't you?
Yeah, I've always had a passion for cheap beer. And I've now been given my own TV show as the host of a beer brewing competition, which will be out soon.
So it's called Brewmaster, this TV show.
Exactly.
You host the show, don't you?
I do.
And how did it go? For kind of like
it was amazing.
First time hosting?
I mean, it's reading. It's really about whether you can read from an auto cue.
You're really
stop giving the game away.
Sorry, team. And what was I supposed to say? It's
a very hard job, and you do a brilliant one at it.
Totally.
That's it, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
And so I think Dermot O'Leary's probably got something to be worried about. I feel I'm in the groove now.
Definitely. Well, I mean, if JJ and Ronan are off, come sit with me.
Bring the beers, though.
Do a one show, but bring the beers, of course.
Totally. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, James. The new single is out now, and if beer is your thing, Beer Masters is out later this year.